How y'all doing? This is a first. I've never been up on a podium before.
You got one of the youngest tight end rooms in the NFL.
Yeah.
Just talk about that and how you maybe view them as some play to mold or, you know.
Yeah, I mean they are young. The thing is Cade has played a lot of ball in his first 2 years. Ko's played a decent amount as well, but they are. I mean, to your point, they are young and they're still learning, which is fun, and they're eager. They're soaking up everything. I mean, so far it's been a fun group to be around.
Cade Otton played, I think, 98% of the snaps.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they want to see that number come down. What have you seen out of like guys like Payne Durham so far in this watching last year's tape?
Yeah, I mean, it's a credit to Cade for playing that much, but yeah, you'd like to see other guys get on the field if it's warranted, right? They've got to develop and they got to prove that they can be on the field. Payne's done a nice job in the couple weeks I've been here. Like I said before, he's eager with it. He's soaking it all up. He's studying. I'm really impressed with the group study habits in general. Right? Offense is a little bit different than it was last year, and they're having to translate, and they're having to, we call one thing this, was called something else last year, and so but you could tell the whole group is studying at it, and they're working hard for it.
What did you like about Devin Culp?
Liked his toughness, liked his speed and athletic ability. The one thing that really showed up is he fought you on every play. There were times where he was going up against bigger guys, but he came out of his shoes and he was trying to fight you. He does a nice job with the ball in his hands. He's got some nice contact balance, and but I like his toughness, and I like and then talking with him, his eagerness, his love of the game.
Well, Ko Kieft, he's obviously a tremendous blocker, great on special teams, but in this league you have to be able to do more than one thing, and his hands have kind of been a point of emphasis where he's been trying to improve. How do you get him to a point where he's not just a blocking tight end and he can actually be a reliable target?
It's reps. I mean, the first thing with Ko is obviously his health, but once you get him out, it's just more reps. And there's drills that you can do here and there. It's building confidence in your hands, because I think he's got good hands. You just throwing the ball without. I mean, he is natural with it. It's just gaining the confidence, getting more reps at it, and then again proving that he can do it.
The tight end group didn't block especially well last year in the run game. Is that in part due to fatigue with Cade's out there playing 98%, or is it just a technique thing that you can help apply?
I think it's a lot of it's everything you just said, and I think it's again, you have to remember how young these guys are. You're coming from college where a lot of times you're not asked to do it, and then you're going. They're still developing. Kids are coming out so early these days that they're still developing, they're still getting stronger. And then, there is some technique stuff that you need to work on. And again, he's only going into his third year, and it takes some time to get that down. You're going against, there's some very good defensive players that you're going to face, especially in this division, that, you've got to have your technique right. You got to have some good strength. You got to, an understanding of, where you got to be and when you got to be there, that type of deal. And again, a lot of that just comes with experience. It comes with reps, which he's gotten a lot of. And I thought he got better as the year went on. But there's always, in everything, it doesn't matter year 3 or year 10, you're always going to have room to improve with just little things. You're not going to see the growth as much as you get further on into your career, but there's always things that you're going to improve on.
What kind of things, like as a blocker, technique-wise, does Cade need to do to take his career to the next level?
There's a lot of things, and my policy's always been I'll always talk with the player. If he wants to talk about that, then that's up to him. But just overall technique, and then again just an understanding of everything. But specifically, that'll be between me and him, and he can, if he wants to share it, that's up to him.
The analysis on Culp coming out was that he had a lot of drops in college, but he would make these acrobatic catches. Maybe that's why he dropped it in the draft. Is that something obviously you guys feel you can correct and work with?
Well, yeah. It's again, when it goes back to the Ko Kieft. The question is, it's just gaining the confidence in it, and then it's concentrating. A lot of it is concentration, and a lot of it is trust, and just kind of building that, through the spring and then into training camp, and as you get going, just letting him getting him to understand that he has good hands, because he does have, because you can see the kid, like you said, the acrobatic catch. I mean, kid could catch the ball, and then just kind of building off of that.
Is it a challenge? I mean, your room is what it is, right? Cade played a lot of football, smart guy, coach's son, all that. But when you have a young group like that, there's not that sort of like in the receiver room where you have these accomplished veterans that can kind of mentor the younger guys. I mean, as a coach, is that different than most rooms you've been in?
No, because I've had some young rooms before. It's really you get them to take it over, so to speak, and that's, you know, some of the funnest rooms I've had, or the best rooms, however you want to phrase it, has been, all right, this is what we're going to do today, and they just kind of take it, right? You know, it's leadership, and yeah, you'd like for them to learn from somebody, but in this situation, right, you just got to, it's yours. You know, you figure it out, and, you know, it's my job to help them out, but when the position is playing well, it's because of what those guys are doing. It has nothing to do with me.
When you look at what Manning wants to do offensively from a scheme standpoint, a lot of 3-by-1s, right? A lot of 3 receiver sets,
Yeah.
and less 2 tight end sets than was here last year. Do you communicate that to your players? Like, hey, we're going to be even one guy in the field, and obviously you're going to be having certain packages where there'll be 2, or maybe one guy's better suited for something than another. But is that kind of communicated to your guys?
Not right now, and it's really, like I've said before, in other places I've been, make us put you on the field, right? I mean, if you guys, you know, you want to see that package grow, then make us put you on the field. And yeah, we were probably going to play in majority of 11, but, you know, can we spell Cade? Well, Payne, Ko, you know, whoever it may be, make us put you in there, so to speak. And that's always been the challenge, and it's always, doesn't matter really what system you're in, you're just trying to get the players to play to the best of their ability, and then it's our job, you know, after that.
Justin, we asked that about the rookie from Duke. We asked McClendon about a rookie from Georgia. You won't coach him directly, but want to ask you if you knew about Bucky Irving, just as an Oregon guy.
Yeah, I knew about him. I watched him on TV a bunch. I got calls from my father-in-law after we drafted him. No, tough kid, and liked the way he played. You know, I watched him a little. I watched him more as a fan, obviously, during the season. Watched him a little bit, you know, after we drafted him. Kid runs hard. He's got some shiftiness and some ability, and then I've heard nothing but great things from people I know that are still part of the program. But yeah, excited for him to be here.
Payne, how crucial is it for him to have this year, you know, not worrying about combine, you know, getting into the weight room, getting bigger, getting stronger, and then, you know, focusing on those techniques to be that guy that can not only spell Cade, but be out there with him, and then, you know, take things over in the red zone with it, where he had such success in college.
Yeah, I think you're going from year 1 to year 2, you're going to see that jump, and it is important. It's important to make a jump every year, but you could just see, because now you've been in the NFL, you've played, you had a couple snaps, you understand the day-to-day schedule, the day-to-day routine. You know, going into training camp, you know what to expect. I think that's a hard thing as a rookie. You just don't know. And then the other part of it is you've been so much football. You know, your senior year, then you go right into combine training, and then you combine, and you got pro days and visits, and then rookie minicamp. You really don't get a break. So he was able to get a little bit of a break, and then really just focus on the football part of it. And hopefully you're going to see that jump, that growth. And then again, going into it where you know what to expect once the season starts. You could build your routine. I think that once players get into routine, they feel comfortable, and then it starts to show up on the field. I mean, it's just like all of us. We get out of our routine, you know, things just don't go as smoothly. So I think that'll be just the experience, and just having been through it for a year and knowing what to expect.
All right.
Good.